be a lot of fun. I'm going to make sure I'm actually getting audio because I have done this without getting audio a couple of times.
Okay.
Really
I
sucks.
understand that.
It is the pits, but it happens from time to time.
Yeah, there's been a couple of times that I thought I was like actually recording and I wasn't, and you can't get that moment back. So I've been there and it's like,
No,
you
I
know.
gotta pull this one out. A little bit too tight. I'm getting my face cut off there. Live editing. We're live editing on the podcast.
And that's what I like when you do live podcasts, because it is what it is, and people really get to see the raw, and that's what people like, you know.
It's a lot of fun. I've made so many mistakes so many times doing this live, but I'm always enjoying it. I'm always learning something new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's your day going? Let's start there.
My day is going good. Yesterday I received my Amazon package. I have been waiting 2 years to get me a new computer, and I got it yesterday. I mean, like every time my dogs barked, moved, I was at the front door, just and now I finally have it, and I'm just so excited because I feel like now I can move forward with the things that I need to do as far as like editing, being a video, writing and stuff, because my iPad is like to the T that I can't even save stuff when I edit it into my iPad.
So the one question, is it a PC or is it a Mac? Where did you
Oh,
go?
it's a Mac. Everything transferred. And I know people like, at one point in time, using the PC, it didn't convert. Now you can use that, a gaming computer stuff. But when I'm gonna say this, I am not a fan of iPhones. I'm not. I am a Droidian, and I love my Droid. But when it comes to my work, videography or music, I don't do music, but people do music, different stuff like that. I do recommend the Mac. It syncs up. Pretty much everybody in the room's gonna have one, and it just works better for that. But I don't like an iPhone. Nope.
No iPhone. So
Nope.
I got the SE3. Is the last of on the tiny. I guess I'll hold it up this way. Okay. It's the last of like the tiny ones that they made. The last thumbprint one too.
Okay, yeah.
And I like it a lot, and it syncs with that computer really easily. So if I like get a text message or something, it'll pop up on the screen. And I really like that. But this is a PC. So I have both. I was like, what do you want to work with? And I love my PC because I play video games on it.
See, I'm not a video game player.
Oh my goodness, it's been so much fun. It was therapy. I got over my dead dog with video games.
Okay. The closest I'll probably come to video games, because I get a little like just the coordination is, as I told you, I'm studying to, take my drone part 107, right? To take my drone test. So to me, that's about as close as I'm going to come to, remote control and stuff like that.
Do you have your own drone yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. I like to take steps. So I am taking classes as well with it, using someone else's, drone and stuff like that. But the goal is to buy my own drone and to, I won't say passive income because I have to actually be there. But, being a filmmaker and stuff like that, I realized with a drone, I can come on set, do what I need to do for that day, and go home.
Okay. Well, keep me posted because I'm going to definitely pursue that avenue. Like, I do have that drone. I haven't even taken it out. I got a drone and that's the wrong switch. I got a drone and I haven't even flown it once.
What?
I haven't even plugged the battery into it. Yeah.
Okay. So I've been studying, okay? And there is like a 20-point checklist. Okay, so what I do is this is how I study. So I read. I'm gonna call it a chapter. It's just a lot of notes, but I read, as far as how long how far as I'm gonna go, and then I go back and then I take notes. So that's how I learn to study in school and stuff. Just read everything, and then go back and take notes.
Yeah, that sounds like college.
And then, because it works, because you want to, retain it. I don't want to memorize it. I want to actually retain it because. If I'm going to spend $800 to, I don't know, maybe $1,200, $1,500 on a drone, I want to make sure I understand what I'm doing and I'm in regulation because, the Federal Aviation.
Yeah,
right?
they hate DJI right now.
Probably.
They absolutely hate the company. They're trying to kill it in America completely.
They trying, but I don't know.
This is like 80% of the drone share. 80% of drones flown is pretty much DJI. My rental house only rents DJI drones.
Yeah, so
That's how I know how to operate one and use one. I know how to, like turn it on, make sure it's working, format the memory card, lock someone in, lock someone out, how to fly, operate it. But like, have I used one for like flying outdoors besides for making sure it works so it could go back into the rental fleet?
No.
Nah. Because I don't have a reason to. Like, I'm not being
Okay.
paid to, so
Right.
why use it?
That's true. Well, my goal is to be paid.
Yeah, we all want to get paid, and I hope you get paid soon.
No, ain't no hope. I am. I will.
Tell me about Merkaba Studios or Merkaba.
Merkaba.
Oh snap! I knew I had it right.
That's cool. That's cool.
Nice.
What do you want to know? Wow. Because
Tell me when it started first.
Maybe my childhood. Maybe not the
Okay.
name so much, but the idea that I knew I was always going to be in entertainment. My aunt thought I was going to be a singer. Because what I would do as a young kid, I would wake up before everybody else, but I couldn't necessarily make a lot of noise and get up and do things, but I could always play in my room. And so, I did the typical thing with the hairbrush and, a towel on my head and singing and acting and doing commercials and stuff. So I've always, had a thing for entertainment. So I'm going to say it started when I was a kid.
When did the script writing start?
Oh, wow. Okay. So the script writing, oh, man, that's a good one. I'm going to say the script writing originally started when I got divorced from my first husband. So that had to be 2004. But I didn't know I was a script writer. So what I did was I wrote it, but I wrote it like a book. And I sent it to Maverick Films. Okay, Maverick is still, on and going. But at that time, they were just pretty much the only distributors and stuff for black films and stuff. And I sent it to them and they sent me back a letter and said, this is a really good story, but it's not in the right format. And I got so upset with them because I didn't understand what they meant. I was like, what? You telling me that you're not going to do my story? Watch me. And then I realized it wasn't in the right format. But they did say it was a really good story. So I kept that letter and I still have it to this day. And one of my goals is to really, really produce a film that I can go back and say, hey, remember this letter? I did it,
That's so cute.
At first it started as, what? You trying to tell me? And then it developed into something more. So now I'm a scriptwriter.
That's exactly what I would expect. You getting angry at a rejection letter.
I got angry, yeah, and I kept it. You know what I'm saying? All these years.
Where's the letter now?
It's in my safe box with a couple of other scripts. I have so many scripts. And I guess on the short side of it, I just need an agent, right? Because that's why I heard that's how you get your scripts, developed into films and stuff. You need an agent. At the same time, there's so many independent filmmakers and stuff like that who I believe are just looking for really good scripts. So I'm kind of leaning, not kind of, but I am leaning toward that. The people who just, hey, I need a script. Hey, what you want? Erotic, horror, drama, comedy. I got you.
That's awesome. Where are you going to go from script writing and, shooting with drones? What's the next step?
Wait, what you mean?
Well, you got your script service, and now you want to get into drones. Like, what else are you adding to your portfolio, I guess?
Well, I got podcasts.
Okay.
Yes, In the Tunnel Sports Podcast.
What's that podcast about?
It's about sports, news, entertainment. So originally when I started the podcast, it was a lot that had to do with just football from high school all the way to professional, the stats, who's playing next week, who played last week, who we predict are going to win, those kind of things. But I broke away from that. And now my podcast is geared more toward the things that are outside of the athletes, but are still relevant. So what I mean by that is now we're talking about mental health, financial health, just all the different healths that go along with that, mental, physical, spiritual, all those kind of things, because a lot of these athletes have things going on outside. So yeah, even though it is entertaining, who's getting divorced, who's getting married, who got sued, all those kind of things, I like to go a little bit deeper and, find some of the causations in it, because a lot of times people get money and they go crazy.
Do you know any really big athletes if you've already talked to about this kind of thing?
No. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
To protect.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of pro athletes in Houston that have retired from other places that you certainly could probably just send.
I'm going to say this. I do know a lot of them are football, and they're retired. And the biggest thing for them is CTE. Because just a little bit recently, I want to say maybe 2022, 23, something like that they changed the regulations on CTE because it was different for black athletes than other athletes. Because for some reason, the doctors or the powers may be believe that black people can stand pain more than other people. So this was just
more than a Jewish woman.
Anybody outside of a black person. So you can read up on it.
I don't know about that.
Well, look, this is what it is, and so they've regulated now, because it's like, say, I can't remember the number. We can look it up, but like, say you need a 5 to be say, okay, this person has CTE, right? And so, say one person of ethnicity come in and they say, oh, I have headaches every day. They're numbing. And then a black person come in, I have headaches every day, but they're numbing. Well, the other person, it may get the 5, but the black person may get a 4.5. So that means that they can't qualify for the CTE. So yeah, they recently have changed that.
Oh, that's not cool.
It's not, but it's true. But that's what it is. But they have changed it. That's the point I want to make. They changed it.
I know that to be false from working with little kids and seeing black kids run into the wall and crying, and white kids running into the wall and crying. And small stupid stuff, like accidentally, someone punch buggy them. And you see the same tears and the same exact reaction. So I think that there was some other factors at play there.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's look it up.
That's the silliest thing I've ever heard, that one ethnicity would feel pain differently than another.
Yeah, they called it race norming.
Oh, fun.
Mm-hmm. They said the NFL has since agreed to end race norming. Yeah, but they did.
Well, it's always not fun to hear about that kind of nonsense happening.
Oh, okay. So it was in 2020. I knew it was something recently, so it's been 5 years.
Okay, so nice.
We
have a little bit of progress. Very good.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Woo! Just keep on keeping on.
I mean, we've had so many steps back recently.
That's true.
So
it is. But to go to your question, you said what else? I'm so open. I am open to whatever comes my way. Some people, they focus on one thing, and for me, it's like I'll focus on one thing for a little bit because that's where the pulse is, and then okay, I need to focus here because the pulse is here. So it's like if I'm script writing and I written the script and I made a budget sheet or whatever, okay, that pulse, boom, I send it out. Now I moved on to something else because this other pulse is, it's working its magic. But I can't just sit and wait for this magic to happen and bloom and not pay attention to other things, So it's like a cycle for me in the entertainment. I can't. I'm not stuck on one thing. I'm just steady circling, and I learned that from COVID.
Do you feel like you're always moving?
Yes, even when I'm still.
I mean, like you always keep yourself busy. You're not very, wanting to sit down and like watch TV and veg. So
I don't want to say I don't watch a lot of TV. I do, but I don't. And what I mean by that is pretty much my TV. If I'm not watching YouTube TV sports, the sports and stuff that's coming on, then I'm watching Dateline or some kind of crime story. So for the most part, it just stays on Dateline. All of these TV series, Real Housewives, and I have no idea. Baddie Girl, I have no idea. I'm probably like 2 years behind.
Oh, I don't care about any of that. I only watch anime. The rest of it.
Okay. Yeah. See, you only anime. So if it's not anime, you're unconcerned. So for me, it's Dateline.
I like a lot of good fiction. So I like good story. But I like anime because I get so much of it for so cheap.
Okay.
Like a subscription to like one of the anime services, you get 3-5 new episodes of anime put out a day. If you got like a Disney subscription service, you getting one new show every 3 months.
Okay.
Maximum. So with the anime, like you're getting decent fiction all the time on a regular.
Okay.
Like it's never stopping.
Okay.
So I really like the format, and there's a lot of different stuff. That's a lot of creative and a lot of cool stuff, and I like to draw, obviously. So
I can see that. I haven't been able to just quite, get into
not
anime.
for
I don't
everyone.
not like it. If it's on and it's a good story, I will pay attention to it. Whether it's a documentary, anime, anything. If
I'm gonna feel the
story,
same way when it's football.
I mean, it could be porn. If it has a good story to
No.
it, I'm watching it. But I think my I won't say guilty pleasure because it's not guilt to it, but my favorite thing to watch are old black and white films.
What's your favorite old black and white?
Especially anything with Betty Davis or Joan Crawford in it. I just love those.
Have you seen Duck Soup?
No.
Oh, you could watch Duck Soup and be like, was this written for today?
Oh, wow.
I mean, the jokes don't land as hard because they're not provocative anymore. They're just silly. But Duck Soup was great.
Okay, I think some
It was a starter of all of it. There was no parody films before Duck Soup.
Okay, so I'm gonna put Duck Soup on my list to watch.
Mm-hmm. Watch it in parts because it's not very catching anymore as like it was.
Okay.
But I enjoyed all the shtick.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
What other kind of black and white? You see Clark Gable films?
I have. I can't name any.
Spaghetti westerns.
Point. I like spaghetti. Oh, let me tell you about westerns. Yes. I love spaghetti. I like westerns, period. Whether it's spaghetti westerns or old school western, and they circle around the block 3 times, the same rock. I love it. Of course, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah, that and Tombstone. And it's a couple of other ones.
The original True Grit, where the female lead loses her hand.
Wait a minute, what?
Did you see True Grit?
No.
Like, he saves her, but she has to have her hand amputated because of the snake bite.
Okay. So I'm going to have to add that. Boop.
Oh, True Grit was great.
Okay.
Forgetting, it's going to drive me crazy. I'm forgetting the actor's name, but he does the classic Reins in the Teeth shooting with both guns.
Okay.
There was one actor who that was his shtick. He did that at every film.
I was okay. I even like Gunsmoke. Yeah. So I do like westerns. It brings me back to like my grandpa and stuff, and Three Stooges and stuff. But for the most part, I like to study those films.
What's your favorite Stooge? Is
Curly.
It me? What?
You said Curly.
I said, is it me? Is it Curly?
Yeah. I was like, it's like Curly. Yeah.
Okay.
But then there's some parts about Larry. I don't. That's a hard, because it's like, in a sense, it's like one person, and then those parts of that person is picked apart into 3. And then the cousin, right? Remember the cousin.
One of them was replaced at one point, but I don't remember how that worked. Dark history and comedy, but the old films were great. So you got to check out True Grit now.
Okay. True Grit and Duck
Soup.
Duck Soup.
Duck Soup. Yeah.
I should be able to remember that. I had turtle soup before. Okay.
Duck soup was a parody on like 1920s policy in the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. You'll enjoy that one. What are you writing right now?
Well, actually, I should say more so editing because I've written quite a few. Right now, my latest would be the potato salad bowl.
Potato salad?
The potato salad bowl. That's what it's called.
Is
The
this
potato
a fiction?
salad bowl. Yeah, so it's a fiction, and in short, it's about people coming together in the neighborhood to have a potato salad contest because, as we know, especially in the South, having good potato salad is a thing. You can't eat everybody's potato salad.
No, you really can't.
You cannot.
You can't eat a lot of people's home cooked food, period.
Right. So, yeah. Especially if they have
That's
cats.
not me. I make incredible chicken.
No, I'm saying like especially if they have cats. I have a story about that. But anyway, so that's basically what it's about. It's about people coming together, and it seems silly, right? A potato salad bowl, but potato salad can get real serious like a game of dominoes or spades. And so then, it brings out, the personalities in the contestants that are going, and there's a deeper story, that goes along with it. But for the most part, it's about winning a Tupperware bowl for the best potato salad.
You get Tupperware.
And we can't say Tupperware. It's Tupperware.
Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
It's knockoff. That's great.
It is Tupperware bowl.
Oh, you gotta send me the script. I want to read it.
Okay, I think you'll really like it.
It sounds like fun. My potato salad is pretty boring. So it's just potatoes, eggs, and then mayonnaise, mustard, salt, and depends on who's there. Yeah, and I'll add relish or not.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay, long as you didn't say cranberries or raisins or cucumbers.
No, I don't. I only have potatoes and eggs. Oh, I do put in paprika. I like to have paprika in there.
Oh, okay. You're fine. Now, is that smoked paprika, or is that just regular paprika, or is that do they have like Greek paprika?
It's probably regular.
Just regular,
Yeah.
smuggler.
It's probably from the same jar I've had for the last 10 years. The paprika does not go away very fast.
Oh no.
How long do you think the shelf life on paprika is?
I wouldn't give it. Oh God.
On spices in general.
I wouldn't give it more than a year.
Really? You're buying whole new spices every year?
Well, I use all my spices,
Oh,
so they don't sit
Calm
up.
down. You're using a whole thing of paprika this big.
Who says
And
I
then
buy a paprika that big?
That's the only one that's selling. They don't smell in small ones.
See, I can tell you're not an HEB shopper.
You get the little
No,
spice
you're not an
containers.
HEB shopper because I buy mine in bulk section. So that means I just add just what I need into the
Oh, I never
container.
get those.
See.
I always pass those ones up because I've seen children put their fingers in there.
I'm telling you. Okay, so you're concerned about children put their fingers in it, right? But I guarantee you, them little children fingers, even if they dig in their little behinds, it's gonna be safer than the ones you buy like this, where they have all kind of rodent droppings, roach droppings, and wood shavings and stuff. Because remember the Parmesan cheese? They reported it has a lot of wood shavings and stuff. So
All right,
even if a kid,
this is speculation at this point. Because there's no way that we could do an independent study to see if the bulk, like open food, has less or more of said things.
we don't, but I said you probably, because it's not that many kids. I've been to HEB and I haven't seen any kids in the bulk section. Now, maybe over there with the candies, I don't go there. I just go for the spices. And so I just boop, 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 just what I need. It's like about 43 cents. You know, an ounce, and then boop, I just sit on the scale. Dot, 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 dot. Bing.
Alrighty then.
So you're not HEB shopper. So let me tell you about mine.
Like they don't have that at Kroger's. And by the way,
Exactly.
I do. I go to the kosher HEB on Beach Nut. So there.
Don't do Kroger's.
Kosher
A
HEB.
kosher HEB is fine,
Kosher.
but don't do Kroger's.
What's wrong with Kroger's? Why do you hate Kroger's?
K. Rogers.
No, so
Do you know
one
that
one owner is less evil than another owner.
Well, yeah, because HEB is more local. You know, what they started with San Antonio, Austin, something like that. I remember when they were just a pantry. Whoa, that happened. So I remember when they were just a pantry, you know, and they've grown. So you're probably getting less chemicals and stuff because remember they just called back frozen shrimp. And Kroger's was one of the Walmart and Kroger's were two of the names that had the high levels of radiation.
Listeria.
No, radiation.
No, there was just a callback for Alfredo chicken at Kroger's.
Well, that was because of the pasta. The Alfredo was because of the pasta. This is just the shrimp that they had to take. What is it? 85 pounds of shrimp, million pounds or something. 85 million pounds. And Kroger's but HEB wasn't on there. Why?
Shrimp is sauce, man.
Because most of theirs come from the Gulf. You know, with that oil. You know, that radiation comes probably from the Pacific because remember when Japan had those radioactive things?
They released it.
That's what that is.
Yeah, shrimp is sus. Just to be buying bulk and frozen, anyways.
You say what?
Shrimp is suspect.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, we've been buying ours out at Kima, and it tastes so much different. The fish, the seafood is so much different than when you buy it frozen. I'm gonna be honest, so I'm a little spoiled now.
Yeah, I like I like seafood, but I don't eat much saltfish anymore, or at all. It's not the kosher.
Well, true, it's not. It's not. But I like me some crawfish.
Crawfish was one of the most interesting things I experienced when coming to Texas. That was a unique one. That's something that's just completely Texan. And maybe Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say as far as eating, yes. But
it's like eating snails. Only the French do that.
Well, this is what I'll say. And my ex-husband was from Ohio, and he told me that they used to just get them out the bayou and race them. Right? So I was like, Ohio has crawfish? You know, and they were like, yeah, you know. Y'all got bayous, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, just seasoning them up with corn and potatoes and sausage or turkey necks, that's not a thing in Ohio. That's definitely a southern thing.
Yeah, I think this crawfish in general, I never heard of anyone in Ohio having crawfish. I grew up in
because they didn't eat them. They raced them, but other than that.
They like put like race numbers on them and like.
No, like they were. No, as far as I know, he was a kid and said they playing and they would just grab them and then, yours go. Just like a turtle, snail, anything, doodle bug.
I used to do leaf races whenever it would rain. So we would go outside and. We would go into, just let the gutter and drop down our favorite leaf and see which one would make it into the drain fastest. That's because I had poor parental supervision, honestly.
Obviously. Mm-hmm. That's right.
But it was a lot of fun playing in the rain.
So would you sit there, try to make your leaf?
It's raining, so all the drains go downhill anyways. You just... Put your leaf next to your sibling's leaf, you let it go, and you just follow it while it goes down the drain, down the street.
And so if yours won, what would be the prize? Just bragging rights?
Yeah. There's no...
That your leaf, that you were connected, the energy you were connected with, that you could make yours. You had to, what is it, telekinesis?
No, you were able to pick the better leaf, the one that was more aerodynamic, that would float better.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you had to pick your boat. You find a good leaf, and then you erase it. Like the leaves that looked the most like boats, that had like a little thing sticking up, those would do the best.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
So would you gamble on it?
No, we didn't have money to gamble.
No, like now, because everything is like a contest, something you can gamble on now.
I don't do gambling as an individual, so I guess I could. I guess you could. You could gamble on anything though, but I don't gamble. I don't like the idea of it. There's the lack of skill.
I don't like the idea of gambling. Okay, every now and then I'll play a number because it's in my head. We'll talk clairvoyance and all that. But for the most part, I just can't imagine, hey, here's $50. I may win and I may not. But if I don't, that's just $50 gone. That hurts me because there's so much I can do with that $50. I could act a fool in a dollar store.
Well, it also depends. Like I will say there is one game that I believe that you could play and win based on skill. Poker.
Yes.
You could get better than everyone around you and defeat everyone and take their money.
You can.
But You can't do that with craps. You can't do
No.
that with blackjack. You're not allowed to do that with blackjack. You're absolutely not allowed to play blackjack for playing blackjack. They will throw you out of the casino if you play blackjack by the rules of playing blackjack.
I can believe that.
They only let people who are stupid play that game. Like, if you literally have any counting ability whatsoever to play that game, they will not let you play it. It's
I think if I would gamble, I probably would gamble on sports.
sports gambling. That's a fun one. What would be your team? So, what would be your sports? I mean, because you would, you know it a little better. What sport you gamble on?
Obviously, I would say football, but low key, it might be something like swimming.
In swimming.
Yeah, because everything, every
What do you know about local swimming, or about any kind of Olympic swimming? What do you know about swimmers in general?
I don't, but do you really have to know, or you just have to know the statistics, like kind of like horses? Do you really have to know that horse, or do you just do your research?
Well, if you can remember certain facts, like no horse has ever won like 20 times, then you're like, all right, this horse has already won 18 times. Like, but with swimming, you have to know people. Like, that's like with boxing.
Maybe. But like I said, it'd be something that's not obvious.
Okay. Would you bet on knitting? Like, two grandmas face off. Who's going to make the shawl first? Would you bet on that? Would you size up the grandmas and be like, all right, I see the arthritis in this one.
I was just about to say that. It depends on, you know what I'm saying? I would size them up and see, their skills.
And you don't know. She's got that Tiger Balm.
Well, yeah. Let me tell you something about Tiger Balm, okay? I'm 50 now. So, but what I will say is that if someone has severe arthritis, you'll know when you see I go shake all of their hands. As soon as I shake their hand, the harder the knuckle, that's that rightis.
I'm up here checking my hands for arthritis now. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Have you ever got hit by? And I'm gonna tell you, the worst thing in the world is to get hit by someone who has arthritis, because that bone is just it's there and it's hard and it just you don't want to do it.
No.
No.
I'm not getting hit by very many people ever.
No.
Really, like I don't think I've ever had to deal with like fighting anyone as an adult, like
especially with an arthritic hand.
In general, I don't think I've ever like had to be in an altercation where I'm fighting someone ever as an adult.
Yeah,
like,
me either.
Like, when's that? When is any fighting skill a useful skill?
Wait, when is fighting?
Yeah, well, when was I've never had an altercation with I had to worry about fighting another person.
I won't say I haven't had that, but I'm gonna say it wasn't my fault.
Well,
I've only had two in my life, and neither one I've had to pull up my hands.
I think it's different for girls. I think all women need to know how to defend themselves because men are psychopaths. But
yeah, but that my defending myself doesn't involve fighting. It involves stabbing and shooting.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I don't have to know
so
how
fighting,
to fight.
yeah, that's a good point. If you're protecting yourself in another way where you don't need to know how to punch someone in the throat in under 0.3 of a second, when is really learning those skills useful? Mental discipline, maybe.
Maybe mental discipline, and it may depend on your lifestyle. I think it depends on your lifestyle. And so what I mean is that if I'm someone on one side of the spectrum, I'm in the streets a lot, I'm doing a lot, woody woo, then yeah, it might help. It would definitely help. On the other spectrum, if I am a female who travels the world by myself, I think it would definitely help, because it's, I would be unsuspecting.
Oh. Yeah, you would be.
Yeah. So I actually like to travel by myself, but just in the case something should happen, I'm unexpected, you try to grab me, and oh my God.
So you think you'd be okay?
After I'm not going to say unalive, but after I finish with them, then yeah, I'll be okay.
I remember Eric I had on the podcast a couple weeks ago. He told me that he was working in the metro and there was a security guard and this homeless person whooped the shit out of the security guard and he was surprised. He was like, the security guard didn't have a gun. I thought the ones who didn't have guns could at least scrap, but this dude got him. And I'm like, okay, so there's a time to know when you need to know how to fight, and that's if you work metro.
True that, and what makes the difference is that someone who is homeless, nine times out of 10, they're gonna win because their mental is different.
They
like I'm fighting for my life. They're always like, I'm fighting for my life. Whereas a metro person, when they get off of work, they whistling or think about what they're gonna eat for dinner and stuff, so their mind isn't there.
They're not in danger mode.
They're
so
not in
danger
mode. Because I just found out something about homeless people a couple of years ago that if you notice, like if you go downtown or wherever homeless people are, a lot of them, they want to sleep under a light.
Also, they won't be attacked.
I learned that because somebody's like, why a lot of homeless people sleep in buildings under lights and stuff? And I was like, no, why? And
it was like no dark areas. So they don't want to be attacked while they're sleeping.
They don't want to be attacked and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're always on defense.
Yeah, that's
you're always on defense, or you're always picking at someone. Like I remember getting on the train once, and like I was waiting for the train, sitting next to this guy, checking my phone, whatever. He was checking his phone, whatever. Said hi. He said hi. Completely normal, civil. As soon as we entered the train, he started screaming, "They're raping our daughters. They're killing our sisters. They're raping our daughters." I'm like, what the? And he started pointing at me and shit. I'm like, what's this coming? You said hi to me a second ago. Like, I'm not rich. Like, you sat next to me on the train stop, like, in the ghetto. Like, why are you harassing me all of a sudden?
He picked you out because you spoke to him. So there was a lot of vulnerability.
No. I did not give him eye contact.
You didn't have to. What did you say? Hi? Or you just something?
No, I did not talk to the dude. Didn't have a conversation.
So how did he pick you out?
No, he was like pointing at me, and he was also pointing at this elderly drunken Indian guy. Like
wait, an elderly drunken Indian guy?
Yeah, from India. He was
I got what you're saying.
He was drinking vodka from a chocolate milk bottle, and he was screaming at him too.
What?
And that guy was like walking up to him, and like, "Do you mean me or do you mean him?" And I was like,
right.
I was like, this dude ain't talking to me. And he was like, this is white people. And I'm like, okay.
Well, he ain't talking to either one of y'all, if that's the case.
No, he was just screaming like at everyone. And I was wondering, is this a defense mechanism? Like if I'm the crazy one on the train, no one's going to come up to me and ask me, give me your shit.
Supposedly, unless they just want to test you, because there's always someone crazier.
Because
you are crazy.
So you have to have the crazy off now. Who gets to be the protected crazy on the train? There could have been only one crazy on the train that everyone leaves alone.
That's true. So at that moment, that's where you have to decide if the juice is worth the squeeze.
I know what I do. I look out the window and pretend I don't hear him. Because like if you acknowledge him, it's so much worse.
True that in some cases. In most cases, it's fine. But in some cases, by you ignoring them, it triggers them more.
It depends if they've singled you out and they're talking right at you, yes. If they haven't singled you out yet.
Yeah, then
if they haven't singled you out yet, they're looking for someone in the landscape.
Yes, yeah.
Like the first person to react is the person they lock onto.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy is crazy. We all have a bit of it, but some people it's just obvious.
Is it acting though? Because you're perfectly fine waiting.
Well,
for the train.
this is the thing about it. Even if you're acting, that's crazy. Because acting crazy can actually make you go crazy. Got a story about it. Boop.
Okay, tell me that story.
So my mom told me a long time ago she had friends and they were a married couple and they would act crazy. They literally would act crazy to get a check. And at the end of the day, both of them really did go crazy. And I remember bits and parts, but I remember that the husband was in his underwear running down the street with a knife trying to kill his wife. So both of them went actually crazy because they played crazy so much. So, I'm sure, on the side of filmmaking, that really can happen, that people get into their character so much that they kind of morph into that and lose their mind.
I don't understand the whole morphing into a person and losing their mind. If you're an actor, like you're acting, like you're acting as a different person every day.
Well, you have to realize that all actors, and I mean this, all actors have a level of escape craziness.
Yeah, just
And I'm friends with quite a bit of them,
crazy to start with.
as well as comedians.
Oh, comics are just like legit out there.
Let me tell
Oh my
you.
goodness, I am mild. Like my anxiety, my everything, my weirdness is mild. If you go to an open mic and after talking to me, you're like, oh, that person is a regular person. I am not a regular person, but compared to,
I agree.
oh my gosh,
I agree.
you're next level now.
Most comedians, I'll say, have some emotional difficulties.
In which direction? Can't cut it off or can't turn it on?
No, like they're just very emotional. Just like, okay,
Can't turn it off.
yeah, I guess I more so can't tell. Like literally, there have been some comedians. They'll do even open mic, and they'll have a bad set, and they will sit in their car and cry and be like, "Oh my god," just right there instead of. And then there are others like, "Fuck it, I don't care," but they really do care. But they're like, "Fuck it, I don't care," and then they get drunk, and then it's so many different things. But just from even an open mic, they can kind of spaz out.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I have never spazzed out from an open mic. I've done some shitty open mics. Like, the one time I was paid to do comedy, I bombed. That wasn't fun. But
Wait, did you get your money though?
I got my $10.
Okay.
And that's a lot more than some people ever make with comedy.
So let me ask you this. When are you having your next show?
When am I featuring again?
Uh-huh.
I don't have 2 minutes worth of material, so as soon as I write, I guess.
Okay, so does that mean if I'm having a show and I put the heat on you to say, hey, I'm having a show December the 28th, that you'll have something ready?
How much time do you want?
Let's say 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes you can do.
Yeah.
I think you can.
Yeah,
you can.
5 to 10 minutes, I could probably work that out. But
I
right
know
now,
you
I
can.
don't have. I know my jokes,
Okay.
but I don't know if I could tell them without ruining them.
You could. You could. I think
Yeah.
so.
Do you think people want to hear the woodchuck joke?
I think so because all jokes, are on deck for me. It's just the pacing, like I'm a comedian, but it's the pacing and just making sure them punchlines hit. I observe, I'm not a comedian, but I video a lot of comedians, and I pick up on things, on patterns and how it works and what works because
Cadence.
yes, because a comedian can tell one joke, and the dish ran away from with the spoon. And I mean, they have the crowd just roaring laughter, and then they go to another spot same night and do the same joke, hit the same punchlines, and it's crickets.
Yeah, depends on how drunk everyone was. How drunk
Or
they're going
what
to be.
they're there for,
Yeah.
or just sometimes it's not even any of those things. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it because at the same time, because I video shows after shows, sometimes comedians can tell a joke and I am just on the floor laughing like it's my first time hearing it, and I actually have it 15 times, in in my files, that same joke. You know what I'm saying? So
That's cool.
it's interesting.
Who's the biggest comic you've did video work for?
Wow.
Or who are some A-listers rather?
Not too many.
I know we worked together when Roy was in town.
Well, yeah, Roy, but there's one, I can't think of her name right now, and I just drew a blank or
okay.
whatever.
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
she's like a big time, whatever. And it was just one of those things. I was there at the Arlington Improv to record one person, and then they were like, "Hey, there's someone. Hey, can you record me?" And I did it and sent it to her and stuff like that. But I can't think of her name right now. And I hate that. But that would probably be like the biggest name. But
Oh, that's
I'm a
fine.
grassroots person. You know what I'm saying?
So you like to do the
I
local
like
talent?
to get the local, the up and coming. And I think because in my mind, it'll come into fruition. Actually, a documentary on Houston comedians. Houston has some of the best and I mean like
Oh, we
not just
do.
one or two. I mean like people be sleeping on Houston. Like I mean really you could pull 5 comedians and you're gonna get a good doggone show.
Yeah, you will. And Houston's got a lot of great talent out
They
here.
have a lot and I people sleep on it. I will say that.
That's one of the reasons why I do this, to get some of that talent here, get them some decent headshots for once, and, get them more opportunities and other things, more opportunities for myself as well.
Yes.
But
I've been trying to encourage them to get an EPK.
yeah, everyone needs that. For me, I think even just like a good social media can be your EPK. You don't need necessarily the flyer. You could have that made. You need the stuff to go on the flyer,
Yeah.
but you don't necessarily need to have like this is the flyer that needs to be printed 300 times. You know what I mean? You need to have like your 3 to 5 images that you can rotate and like some different like information segments that you could swap in and out. And like, this one's left composition, this one right composition. It really doesn't matter. They just need the dates and the times.
I agree.
And the picture.
I agree.
Yeah.
But a lot of comedians, when I tell them, like, hey, you got an EPK, they're like, what is that? And I'm like, what?
Do you have headshot with your info listed
yeah,
on it?
and a bio, And so, I'm the type of person that I just start them. Like, I don't create the EPK, like package it all together. I'm the one that says, hey, this is what you need in the EPK. What do you have? You got headshots. You have, a YouTube page. Do you have, so it's like before you even go to someone to get them to package it all together, you need to have all of your data and information so you could just give them. So whether you go to Fiverr, your next door neighbor or somebody, have all of your shit together.
Okay.
It makes you more marketable.
Okay, I'm a baby boy. I'm brand new. I'm just starting. I did my second open mic, and it did really good. Now I want to really go. What am I supposed to do? How do I start my EPK?
First thing I'm going to say
Brand new baby boy.
is, baby boy, when is your next show?
Okay.
Okay, so when you have your next show, either I can, you can, you're going to, put your camera, your phone up, and you're going to put on video and you're going to record yourself. Because one thing booking agents like to see is what you've done lately. So if you got things from 2008, 2020, that, what else?
Last 2 months, let's say.
So I would say that's the first thing, to do that, have your YouTube page up, and then let's talk to Steve so we can get you some headshots.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I appreciate that.
And your bio.
In your bio. Okay.
And your bio.
How do you write your bio?
So I'm gonna say there are two things that are important. Well, I'm not gonna say important. What I'm gonna say is the first thing you need to do is do your who, what, when, where, how, why, and how. Who are you? What do you do? Where are you? You know what I'm saying? All those different things. And it could be just one, no more than 2 sentences, And how. And your how is how they can reach you. So that's what it is. So you take that information, write it down, and then you copy it and you paste it to Chat GPT and
Tell me about this copy and
okay.
paste.
You copy and paste, then you put it to Chat GPT and you ask them to fix it up. You have to be very specific, and
we say Pacific Ocean.
Pacific. You have to be very Pacific, and
Ocean.
you have to tell it what you're trying to do, what you want it to do, and hey, take this and revise it into a short bio, and then you need a long bio.
You know who was writing amazing bios in Houston before he moved on to better things? Zahid. He wrote the best bios for the Houston comics.
I believe that.
Oh, man. He's such a great comedy writer, but those bios were on point.
I believe that.
Like, I would add, like, if you're a comic and you're trying to write your bio, workshop with your friends, buddy. It's got to be funny. Your bio has to be you, and it's got to be funny. If you're a comic and you can't write a decent joke to go into your bio, you suck.
I agree. Yeah, whether it's funny or
And I
just
say,
lighthearted.
I'm also going to say that if you're a comic, you cannot use Chat GPT for your bio. You got to write that shit.
I disagree. And the reason
how are you going to be funny if you Chat GPT writes
reason
it?
why what I'm saying, because it depends on how you use Chat GPT. That's why I said be very specific. And so what I'm saying is that I use Chat GPT, so I'm very specific. I tell it what I want. So it's like my secretary. I tell it what I want, and then I say, I don't like that. Try this, and they'll try that. Let's go another direction, whatever. And then I'll take all the things that I like. I copy it, boom, paste. Here it goes. So I use it as a tool, but not as my brain. It's not thinking for me. I'm telling it. Because sometimes when you're doing a lot, you can't get the right wording. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, sure. You can ask. I'm not getting on people who ask Chat GPT, say, what's a better way of saying I grew up in Cleveland? Like, I don't hate on that for that, but like, if you had it write your joke, like, he was the reason for the mistake on the lake.
Yeah. No.
Like, if Chat GPT did that for you, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying that, because I even do it as with my filmmaking. It's like, okay, here I am, and I'm thinking, and I'm stuck a little bit, and I'll write the lines, and it'll give me something. I'll be like, close. Oh, I got it. And then I'll go from there. So it's not writing or doing everything for me, but it is a way to have like another think tank, if that's what a think, alternatives kind of thing. And then I make the decision on what I want, but I don't just let it go and then copy paste, boom, and that's what it is.
I think we have to clarify whenever we're using AI tools and how people use AI tools, because they get the wrong assumptions.
Yeah. And then I like GPTs. Now, have you used that one?
I'm not familiar with this one.
Okay, so with GPTs, it's like when you go to Chat GPT, on the left-hand side, they have GPTs, meaning that they're different GPTs. So when you go to those, depending on what you want to do, it'll take you there. So say, I'm going to even say something like astrology. You want to write a blog, or you want to know something about astrology, then you'll type in the search engine astrology, and it'll give you all the different GPT sites that'll help you with astrology. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want something, resume, you type need help with a resume, and it'll give you all. So you still got to input your information, and then,
Yeah. Okay. I still feel that like it's very important to be specific, because people use Chat GPT, just like, here's like 5 facts about me, and I'm also a comic, write it funny. Opposed to being
I wouldn't do
a
that.
different way of saying that I played with sticks.
Yeah, I wouldn't
like,
do that. You have to
search
know
for
how to
synonyms.
use it. You have to know how to use it. That's all.
That's fine.
But it writes a great business plan.
Okay, what are some of the business plans that your Chat GPT write for you?
So I have something with my business partners, 2 Piece and a Pepper, with Little Daryl and Mike Worm, and we're doing wheel boxing. And so actually I had GPT, whatever, to actually do a whole proposal and business plan for us to,
You're going to have these
pitch.
men box each other in their
Wheel
wheelchairs?
boxing. So actually it's going to be it's going to be Mike Worm, who is in a wheelchair, fighting someone else that has an I don't know if they necessarily want to call it disability, because sometimes they call it ability,
Someone who
someone who has a unique handicap, yes. And Mike Worm, he's ready. We're ready.
Why does Mike want to fight people?
Because he's an athlete. He before he got injured, it was a wrestling accident. So he did wrestling, baseball, track, football. So he is into that. And I don't know, have you ever shook Mike Worm's hand?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone who I've ever shook hands with who's paraplegic has the best grip.
Let me tell you.
Crush your hands.
Yes, you do not want him to backhand you, that kind of thing. And so it's to raise money. We're comedians, it's something that he really wants to do. And the whole purpose is to raise money for our stage play, Will Love, which he also created, but he created.
You wrote it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And is that like wheelchairs hooking up?
That's funny. But what it is about,
they're at the bike rack. It's a wheelchair and a
No.
bicycle.
Actually, it's just about going into the inside of how people with disabilities that they also want and look for love, and they're not perfect as well. And just a lot of people, I don't know what they think, but they can think all kind of things about people who have a disability or in a wheelchair, but they want love just like everybody else. They want sex just like everybody else. You know?
Yeah, of course.
And stuff like that. But people tend to think they're different, but no, they're not.
They are different. They're in chairs.
Yeah, I sit in the chair a lot too.
But they can't get up. I mean, like, it is different. But they're not people, but they are different.
Well, we're all different.
Well, yeah, of
I'm
course.
different from you. Are you left-handed?
I am not, but I use both hands pretty well.
Okay, so that's even different. You're ambidextrous. That's different than me because I can't. Well, I can iron with my right, but other than that, so we're all different. But I think you get what I'm saying. That most people just don't pay attention, or if someone who is in a wheelchair or something like that likes them and approach them, that they may already have preconceived notions you're in a wheelchair and it can't get up or it don't.
Okay, yeah. I could see that happening.
And that's not necessarily true. Not that I know from, not that I know, but,
I don't know. I would assume in that kind of situation that would be unique to every person who's in it. Like someone who had polio versus someone who had a spinal accident versus someone who's like, got dead foot, so they're being pushed around. Like, there are people who lost their feet to frostbite.
Right, yeah.
Like, like, that's just their feet. Like, they don't have feet, so they're in a wheelchair, like.
But other than that, they mind and body and heart and everything still beats and works and stuff like that. So I think with the internet, as I see on my algorithm, that, having a disability or something like that, yeah, people can empathize, but at the same time, the way they move, regular people, they drive, they work, they cook. I've seen people cook with their feet and stuff like that, and the food looks damn good,
There's something about food being prepared with feet that's visually unappealing.
Well, maybe to you, but not to me if you're a foot person.
Are you a foot person? You like the toes?
I am not saying I am.
Do you like the toes?
I'm not saying.
Salma Hayek toes?
I am not saying whether I am or not.
Yeah. You like Salma Hayek's feet.
I don't know about that. I will say this. Have
you seen Dusk for Dawn?
I remember about the vampires. Mm-hmm. And I remember.
Two directors wrote it, and one took over after the other. So it was like this, like Pulp Fiction crime movie, and then it turned into the vampire movie as soon as Quentin Tarantino took over.
Okay, right, Quentin. So let me ask you this.
Yeah, he's a foot guy.
Do you think, maybe not all, but some, or just in general, do you think when people do horror movies, especially with something that's based off of reality, that those spirits or entities could actually, energies can actually enter that space? Like Poltergeist, remember the little girl who was in front of the TV and she died, and and it was the Annabellum, and just different things and stuff.
Like you watch Scary Movie and open up a portal to hell?
No, I mean like you're making the scary movie and somehow a portal opens.
While you're making a movie, you're creating psycho paranormal activities.
Yeah.
From your activity of movie creation.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. I want to say no. Like, not that I don't think that like ghosts and spooky things don't exist. But doing something creative with the intent of entertainment probably doesn't have a lot of supernatural powers or whatever's necessary ingredients to.
Okay. I think for me, I think it depends. And when I say depends, I think it depends on what goes on in the background. And the reason why I say that, because the more and more I read and watch and things about the entertainment industry, it seems like the occult and different things have a lot to do with it, whether it's politics or entertainment, and there's a real thin line between them. You know what I'm saying? So I think it could but not necessarily always. Like when the Wayans brothers and stuff, when they do the horror show and they make the comedy, probably not so much. But like
Well,
I said, if it's a true to life documentary, this house has been haunted, because I think houses can be haunted, then that spirit, especially if they're in that house, doing the movie, then I think it could.
So not necessarily a movie about something scary. It could just be any movie. It could be a love story. It's just in a haunted house. So there you go.
So if it's a haunted house, it may be.
But like, I kind of like. So there's so many people who are trying to physically actually conjure, to like read dark books, to create life that doesn't exist and entities that are paranormal and supernatural, and they get bupkis. But somehow someone's making a story about an evil girl who twists her head back around and also likes to puke too much. Like, yep, we're creating monsters from that. Yeah. Like that doesn't.
But we
seem
do know
likely.
exorcisms do exist. But you know what they usually? I don't know how many cultures and religion, that exorcisms happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing come to mind is like Catholic, right? But at the same time, there's, voodoo and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's weird. But I'm on a thin line because I'm clairvoyant and I got family from Louisiana. So I can't say it doesn't happen, because I have had people visit me. But I think I'm good because of my spirit.
Have you ever seen any floating orbs? Like you're drifting off to sleep, or you're waking up from sleep and you see like a hovering ball of light?
Now that I haven't.
No.
That's not in my realm. I think everybody have different realms. You know what I'm saying? Like my aunt, she's numbers.
Oh, what does your aunt do with numbers?
She's numbers. So with her with numbers, she wins a lot with the lottery. Yeah.
What's the biggest lotto prize she's won?
I won't disclose.
Okay.
You're being nosy. But yeah, she's been to Austin a couple of times. Yeah. And she'll just drop a little bit off. And so for me, my mom, it's dreams. And for me, it's it's just straight, one of those clairvoyants. But basically I can just speak something and it happens.
Well, speaking things to the truth is also, about being proactive. Like you're working on your scripts. You're working on getting your pilot license for drones. You're working on getting more comics filmed. Like making a scene of comics with a drone shot is going to happen. Like that's not like something you speak into, existence. That's something you've lined up through steps.
Well, yeah, but that's not what I mean. What I mean is like immediate, and it's happened over and over again. I can't control it.
Like about me getting money, like today?
No, like stuff like that. No, just keep working. Those kind of things.
Okay.
But what I mean is, like an example I always give people. I was in high school and it was during Black History Month, and several high schools were invited to TSU to go and watch, Black History stuff. And we watched it. And at the end of it, each school had their senior class. It was all seniors. And we'd go up and I'm from this school. So at the time I was at Reagan. And we went up, did that, the class president. So the last school that went up was Yates High School. And they were sitting behind us. And they were loud and Yates and all that. And when they were getting ready to come up, I was sitting next to my friend. And I said, it'll be funny if she fall up them steps trying to get on stage. And this girl she was doing everything. And she going down the aisle. And when that girl got to them steps, she tripped and fell up the steps. And everybody around me who heard me was like, and I was like,
you did it.
And it was like, what? I said, I'm clairvoyant. And so it's been several instances. So when I mean immediate, it's like I'm just talking to you and I can say, hey, you don't have one. I can say, your dog's about to, bust through that door. For some reason, it just comes to me, and then all of a sudden, your dog's going to bust through the door right after the moment after I say it.
I really hope not.
Because you don't have one, so we don't hope.
No, because she passed away and I had her cremated.
Well, that, right. So, but as I said, you don't have one. But what I'm saying is things happen immediate and stuff like that. Or sometimes, a lot of times, things happen in sequence. I see 333, 111, those kind of things and stuff. And I just pay real attention to it. Or I'll be like,
I pay attention to dreams. Like I had a dream that like a semi was about to crash into me, and I woke up really fast, And I feel like the next, still to this day, I do not hover near semis at all.
I can understand that because that's letting you know.
Yeah.
And maybe you haven't been. This is not your first time around. I can believe that.
Oh.
This is my third time here.
Okay. How are you able to count? How do you know it's not 4?
Uh,
So maybe you had like just like an in and out. Like it was like up, cholera, out.
well, one, I feel it. Second, I count it. You count your birthday,
How
and I'm a
could you?
3.
How can you count something you have no prior memory of?
Exactly. You lose that. Because I'm one of the people who believe you choose your parents. It sounds weird because most people are like, if I chose my parents, I would have chose. But you are where you are for whatever reason, and you haven't finished fully living your life. And so, I'm one of the people you keep coming back in different forms and different things and stuff like that in exchange. So right now, I'm the daughter, my mom's my mom. But maybe next time, I'm the mom and she's the daughter. Because right now, my mom's older, and she says that sometimes. Like, you're not my mama, that kind of thing. So I was like, maybe not now, but in the past life, I have. So I want the people you exchange and stuff, and you keep doing it until you get it right. And what makes me say that is deja vu.
I do have experienced a lot of deja vu.
Anybody who experiences deja vu, they've been here before, and it's a warning, and pay attention. There have literally been times when I be like, I'm hearing it, but in my mind, I'm having a whole nother, I know what they're going to say. Say no, because last time you said yes, and then da-da-da-da, and I'll say no. Just because what's going on in my mind.
Yeah, I do get a lot of deja vu. There's a lot of circumstances that pop up that are similar, so who knows? I don't want to rule it out, but yeah.
So let me tell you about my deja vu experience.
Okay, what's your most recent deja vu experience, or the one you want to speak?
Okay, well, I want to speak of.
Okay.
I was talking to this guy, and he was at the gas station. And he was coming from the club, and he wanted to meet up. And I'm like, it's too late. No, we can talk on the phone until you get home, but that's not happening. And so as we're talking, I hear bing, 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 bing. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm cleaning out my car while I'm talking to you and filling up my tank. So I was like, okay. And then as we talking and stuff, and he's getting ready to get back in his car. And, at the dumping the trash and doing the gas. And he's like, oh, I'm having a deja vu. I said, stop. Pay attention. Pay attention to everything around you, because this is happening because you need to be warned of something. Okay, he's not paying attention. So he's getting ready to come out of the gas station, right? And soon as he get ready to go, he's going slow and he's talking to me, whatever. He's going slow, and all of a sudden, bam! Somebody got into a real bad car accident right before him. Had that other car not been there at that red light, it would have kept going and would have hit him, because he was going down the driveway of the gas station. And so I was just like, yeah, that's why you had that deja vu, because I can't say he would have died or whatever, but it was just stuff like that makes me like, okay, if you've ever experienced deja vu, you've been here before. Tina Marie has a song about it.
Okay, what's the song? I don't know.
I've been
music
here before. Tina Marie, yeah. You know who Tina Marie is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, don't make me have to get up if you don't know who Tina Marie is.
Oh.
I was going to have to slap you, and I don't want to do that. But yeah.
You would not have slapped.
I would not.
But to be fair,
but I probably would have pushed you a little bit.
I probably would recognize the songs, but not be able to sing lyrics.
You need to look at that song. Yeah, I've been here before. I don't have a voice at all, but yeah, but that's what she talks about. So any song talking about those kind of deep things and stuff like that, because energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah, that's fun. That's a fun fact. I like Einstein too. I like quantum physics a lot.
Okay, the most I know about quantum physics is quantum leap.
Quantum physics is like
you remember the show?
Yeah, I know quantum leap. Yeah. It's like you go into other people's bodies, blah blah blah. But quantum physics is like the study of the infinitesimal small, and like things start behaving that way. Like even how we define measurement has to, like if you were to define like the rate of gravity, you could measure that. You wouldn't need to really speak about how you're measuring it. Just like acceleration over mass, like in terms of velocity, you'd figure that out pretty quick. But with quantum physics, like the ability to like just make units of measurements is something that needs to be denoted, like how you
Okay.
observe. Like
Okay.
things act differently when you observe them and when you don't. Like the
So is that when if a tree falls and nobody sees it,
yeah, it's like did the tree actually fall or was it never existed because you
did
didn't
it make a
observe it?
sound?
So like anything outside your realm of experiences, like you can physically feel, touch, smell, and hear. For all you know, for all purposes, everything on the other side of that wall says you can't see it. It's not there. And like
Right.
even the way you're seeing it is just a sensory of a tool too. So
True,
you
because the
might
way I
not.
see it, the way you see it, could be two different things.
Well, we already know that, like color science, like the way I see color is different than the way you see color, and there's no way to like be able to define it because you'd have to literally be hooked up to my sensor.
Yeah, because
You
me
know?
and my mom argue over pink and salmon all the time. Is it
But
salmon, salmon,
But you would have
whatever?
what I mean by that is like when you look at red, you have no idea that this is the same frequency of color that someone else sees as red through their eyes. It might show up as purple to them,
Yes, that's what I'm
but they
saying.
only see it as red and they only define it as red, and that's red.
That's what I'm saying. Me and my mom. I'm like, Mom, that's pink. No, that's salmon.
But
No,
pink,
it's pink.
but pink would be pink, even if it looked different from pink. Like so, that's
What
so.
you mean?
So what I mean, like the actual physical color that I see, you might not see it as that.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that it's different from mine. So what you are seeing would always be red. So like salmon would always still be salmon and red would always still be red. So you could still fight over the shade difference. But like the actual experience of seeing it might be different, and there would be no way for you to ever know.
And that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. I think.
No, we're saying something slightly different because like we could argue over fuchsia being like a darker purple than red,
Pink.
or in this particular it's, pink and salmon. We could just say like one is like a dirtier pink and one's a brighter pink, right? That one makes it pink, that one makes
Dusty
it salmon.
Rose.
But we would never be able to see colors. The other person sees colors, and therefore all the ways that they describe colors would be objectively the same.
That sounds like we saying the same thing, but okay.
But it's slightly different because like what you're saying is you two are looking at the same color and just saying like one is this one, one's not the other one. One is red and the other one's off red. And I'm saying like red might not be red. My red might not be red, and you would never know it, and I would never know it. We would have no way of knowing.
So that's what I'm saying. Her pink may not be pink.
But she could still fight that pink is a different color name than this pink.
Is salmon pink?
Yeah, she could still say this one is salmon pink and this one is bright pink. And you could still say, no, this one's the bright pink and this one's the salmon pink based on what you think is the bright pink and which one's the salmon pink. But both of you are definitely not seeing the same color.
No, we're not seeing the same color at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, because even blue and black,
But objectively, it would have like, it would be, you'd both see one as brighter and one as less bright. And you are arguing over which is the correct color name for the less bright one. So it's a little bit different.
Okay. Okay.
Everyone, thank you for making everyone hate me. I think I did that on my own. That's not your fault.
Sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze, so okay.
Okay, yeah. It's a small philosophical difference, but I do like quantum physics. I like it a lot. It seems very cool. Like especially the Schrodinger's experiment of whether it's alive or dead, or does it exist that way or not. That one's a fun, unique thought experiment.
Okay.
No.
As long as you ain't talking about people.
No.
Okay.
You don't even need to use a cat in that experiment. You could use a cockroach. Or you could use something that people don't like alive. Like it could be a Republican.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
No.
I
I understand that one.
It could be, like a jellyfish. No one cares if it's about jellyfish, right?
Jellyfish are very unique.
Okay.
They are.
They are. They're invertebrates.
They are. Have you ever got stung by one?
No, I don't go into the ocean much.
Ew. What to see? Yeah, when I lived in Belize, I had to watch out for jellyfish. And I never got stung by one, but I did get stung by something that was in there, and oh my God, it was painful. But nobody had to pee on me or anything.
I
but
don't think that actually works. I think that's just
I think it can, because with everything, we have everything that we need, right? For our body. So I think it pee, maybe if it's not full of beer or something, but
no.
if you've never been stung by one and had someone pee on you, and we can't say it doesn't work.
I'm sure that there's anti-acid things that you could apply, but I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
but if you
that's-
can't get to that, when you're like in Belize, like you can't get to anti nothing. It's
I would
just
I would prefer water, which I know is sanitary, because I'm not trusting someone doesn't have a urine infection and just to piss on me.
I don't know, because I just let's look it up. Does water help? What's the best, or does pee really work? Because it could be a baby pee.
Nah, that's going to be a no-go. That's a wrap up in a towel or something, and let's go to the hospital.
Wait, pee for jellyfish sting.
Yeah, what do you get? What do you get, sir?
Look. See,
Okay.
that's why we looked it up.
Okay.
It can actually worsen the sting.
Okay.
Urine contains salts and other chemicals that can activate the stinging cells in the jellyfish tentacles, leading to more pain and inflammation.
So I was right. Let's get that shit off with water.
Okay.
Let's douse that shit with some water and then wrap my leg in a towel or some shit.
And they actually say, look at you, rinse with salt water, apply vinegar, and use hot water.
Yeah.
So don't pee. Don't pee.
That's good to know.
That's just somebody just pissing on you.
I
Pissing you off.
I think that pee belongs in the toilet only. Like, I'm not even a pee in the shower kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm not, but some people actually get paid.
Excuse me?
People get paid to pee on people.
Oh, I thought you said in the shower. I was like, excuse me?
Like in Dubai and stuff, to pee and defecate. There's an
for like sexual reasons?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's not my thing. It's not.
You
mine.
add for sexual reasons to the end of any sentence, by the way, and that's the answer.
Yeah, that's not a me.
There's a freak for everyone. Everyone has their freak. Everyone has a freak.
Everybody has their thing, and I think
Everyone
thing,
deserves a freak, even wheelchair people.
Exactly, and I want to say, I think not in all cases, but I think people freak derives from a youthful experience. Because I don't want to say childhood. I don't want to say that, but I want to say a youthful experience.
Okay, yeah. It definitely makes an impression. I do know that if a young male is molested by an older male in youth, they have a larger likelihood of being gay.
I can agree with that because that's their first sexual experience, whether they want to or not.
Yeah, but they come back.
You
to
know what
it.
I'm saying? That's,
like I had a friend. She was molested at a young age, and she was very hypersexual.
Yeah. So again, you know what I'm saying? Those kind of things. So to go a little bit, but not too deep, I was watching Divorce Court, me and my mom today, and they had this man where a woman was complaining they don't have, sex and this kind of thing. And then it came out that he's addicted to porn. And me and my mom at the same time were like, oh. Because studies have shown that people who are addicted to porn and watch so much porn, they become detached and they can't have real experiences with a human because they're seeing something that's made up, fantasy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That kind of thing, like a TV show or Real Housewives, any of those things and stuff like that. And so
what was secure? Just like cut off the porn for a few days, or
yeah, but if you're addicted, you can't. That's like asking a crackhead not to smoke crack. It's not gonna happen.
Oh, I mean, porn is a very easy thing to be addicted to.
Very much.
It's
so.
Pretty close to free. It's very available, and most of the time you're alone anyways. No one wants to hang out with people these days, so very, very easy to fall down.
It's very, kind of thing. So yeah. So
on a side
note,
I use porn for pooping. For whatever reason, like just putting on a little bit porn when I'm trying to poop and I'm a little bit constipated. Just
It makes you poop.
yeah, like
Maybe it's your nerves. It makes.
I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe I don't know the correlation.
That's interesting.
But
I can see where there's one because I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you for me, coffee. I can see coffee. 'cause
Oh,
of caffeine. Coffee and smoking. Smoking marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you something that's really strange that will cause me to poop.
Okay, I'm all about.
You
this.
ready?
I'm all about this.
Looking for something.
Really, looking for your glasses.
Looking for it doesn't matter. I can be looking for something intently, and all of a sudden I gotta poop. I don't know. I don't know because I'm nervous. Because usually those things that I'm looking for intently is something like I need my SD card. I know I just had it, my keys, and all of a sudden I just have to poop.
I always have to poop before a big photo job.
Well, I can understand that for nerves, so I understand that. And when you become my age, 50 and above, you want to make sure. Even before I came here, I had to make sure my system is clean because I can't do a lot of stuff in public.
Well, if you needed to, I got the bidet, and it is incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So is it the one that you put like? Is it a separate bidet, or is it the kind you put over the toilet and you connect it?
It's underneath the toilet seat, and then you just use a little handle, and it's
Yes, that's what I want to install, a bidet. One, I'll spend less on toilet paper, and two, you're just
It
cleaner.
was $80.
Yeah, so
It was
okay.
$80, and like, oh my goodness, I feel better. I spend less time sitting on the toilet. Like my feet aren't dead. Like, it's so much better. I'm cleaner. Like, one thing I heard a ton when I first got it was the water cold. Is that cold water? And like, honestly, I don't think my butthole has that much of a sensor for temperature because that has never been an issue with the water being too cold.
That's what I was about to say, kid. I think some of them, depending on how sophisticated, you know.
Yeah, you could get one that are
then
heated, but
they
like
got some front cleaner, back cleaner.
it's never been such a cold day outside that the cold tap is running so cold and you
that you're just like,
oh no, my like it is the pressure. The only thing I feel is the pressure.
okay,
Yeah, that's it.
okay. So yeah, I'm really interested.
I really don't
in
think my
a
butthole
bidet.
was made for being able to tell the temperature.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first time I played with the bidet because I didn't use it because I was like
Oh, I
nervous.
thought you were going to say the butthole.
No, but I play. No, I played with the bidet, not a butthole. But I played with the bidet. I was too close, like down, and yeah, the water kind of splashed all over me.
That's funny. When I first installed the bidet, like when I had it just first installed, I like it was like like looking at it and clicking, like sprung, like,
Yeah. Okay, so that's how it happened. Yeah.
yeah, but that was like before I used it first. I'm like, okay, I got the idea. Then I just like let it go. Like I opened up the bathroom door to see how far it would shoot down the hallway.
Sounds like a man.
I mean, at least I had the bidet installed. I might be testing the distance, but
It's okay. I can't say I wouldn't do it either, but yeah. I'm so you have excited me again to like really get into like getting a bidet.
it is. So I recommend it for everyone. It's easy. Hold on one second. It's usually easy to install. It's not very problematic. You can do it yourself. They say 15 minutes. It took me 25 because taking me more time to like get it tighten enough so it wouldn't water go everywhere. Easy, is clean. I use way less toilet paper. I'm way less itchy. There's no like scratching on my butthole. I remember going to open mics and like trying to scratch my butthole by sitting on the corner of like tables. You ever do that?
No.
Yeah, it's something you wouldn't have to worry about if you owned a bidet.
Okay, but it's just the whole clean factor. You know what I'm
it's so
saying?
much
That
better.
because I'm not much for. We're just going deep. I'm not much for the wipes and stuff because a lot of them have chemicals and stuff on it. And I'm very sensitive.
I could definitely
so
see you being intolerant of
I'm
that.
like, no, that kind of thing. Luckily, I work from home, so I can hop in the water. But at the same time,
And it's not the water that's coming from your bowl either. It's the
no,
it's tap water.
Yes, yes.
It's the water that fills the bowl, but not the water that goes into the bowl.
No.
So it's super clean, super worth getting.
Yes.
It's just
You can add ice and just have a cocktail.
I mean, if you ever cleaned a driveway with a high power wash, you just know that this is the right way to go.
Oh my God. And when you said that, it just put me in my mind of somebody just with a high power just,
Yes.
tear your skin off your booty.
But you're clean and you're good.
You clean and got a whole new epidermis.
Yeah, a whole new layer to work with. Brand new, just in time for Christmas.
Oh Lord, no, what time is it? I need to take my.
Okay. So we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to play a quick video. No one else we can't see it, but yeah, people of the world see it. I'll play that real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Yeah.
Okay. Any last?
Can you hear this yet?
No.
Can you hear this yet? Is it working? Did I make it work? How about now? Boom. Can you hear this yet? The podcast. Nicole totally forgot that this podcast was live.
But it's real.
Yeah, that's real, and I don't have to edit. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Because I just use the switcher. Now to do nothing. Yeah. I appreciate everyone going out here. My name is Steven Rosenbaum. My website is Owen Stevens Photography. Nicole, please tell everyone everything.
I am Nicole, spelled Knycole, Nicole Mars. You can find me on Facebook under Nicole Mars. You can find me on Instagram, Kingdom of Kush Films ENT. And Kush is not the kind you smoke. Go read your Bible and find out about the Kushites. Okay, because that's where that comes from. And if you see my logos, you'll understand. You know what I'm saying? With the scarab beetle and,
that's very cool.
Yeah, the Ark of the Covenant. That's on purpose.
That was dope.
Yeah.
It's really cool. All right, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Steve. I had a good time. We probably can go long. Me and him, we have this, I don't know what kind of humor we have, dry, real, but it's just
believe
natural.
Me, the only people are going to watch are the clips.
Okay, that is what
like I'd be very. I had Jonathan came on and he said like I actually watched a couple episodes. I'm like really? I'm just like not just the clips because the clips are nice and they get a lot of views and I enjoy how I don't have to edit them. It's great.
Yeah.
But I appreciate having you on here and you looked gorgeous. Your makeup was amazing.
Really? I did it myself.
You did it amazing. Look, I'm gonna throw the image back up on the screen again.
Okay.
Like, look how good she did, you guys. Look at that. How gorgeous. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you.